It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got the two teams who met in Super Bowl 55. The action is only moments away. Next on Madden Football.
It's one of the loudest venues in the National Football League. We're inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, home of the Chiefs. Good to be in the booth with Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Greg, this is a passing league. You know that from your days. It's evolved even more into a game in the air. Boy, we have a couple of quarterbacks who know all about moving their team via the pass.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see this ball thrown early and often throughout the game. And anyone who loves offensive football, this is certainly a treat. And you said it, Mike. This league has turned more and more with each passing season into a passing league. If you can't throw, if you can't generate points through the air and explosive plays, it is going to be very difficult to compete and win week in and week out in today's modern NFL.
The kicker, Chase McLaughlin, will get this one started. And off we go from KC. On the return, it's the rookie Xavier Worthy. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Here's 1st and 10. Mahomes going to start this one with a throw. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. They'll run with the former 7th-round draft pick, Isaiah Pacheco. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. Here's 3rd and 2. Throwing is Mahomes. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He's got the tight end, Tunyon. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. A pickup of 15 in the air. And the Chiefs have a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Mahomes now to throw again. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. That one, taken in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Chiefs. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Tampa Bay offense set to work for the first time in this one. And they're led by the #1 overall pick back in 2018. Greg, it is Baker Mayfield at quarterback.
Yeah, you have to feel good, Mike, seeing Baker Mayfield back established as a franchise NFL quarterback. He had such a tough journey these last couple years, bouncing around multiple spots around the league. And then last year, down in Tampa, he has a chance to get them to the NFC Championship game just a few plays away. He continues to play up to his potential. This team's going to be tough to beat.
Right to the air, it's Mayfield. Down the field, it's Evans. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They run with the Oregon man. It's Bucky Irving. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. They send Godwin in motion. On second down, Baker. This pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he's out of bounds in great shape, down at the 15-yard line. It is a big play for the Buccaneers. 32 yards.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. Sending a receiver right. On 1st and 10, here's Baker. That is caught by McMillan.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
2nd and 7. Tight end going in motion here. Baker gonna give it to Irving. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. They send Godwin in motion. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to have the 1st down. They convert on 3rd, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
And he'll take it on in. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it. And the Buccaneers come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready now for their 2nd drive. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Catch made by Smith-Schuster. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throwing from the gun. Here's Pat. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. But he'll gather it back in. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged the bullet.
That'll be taken down, but at takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And he's in. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Here's Butker now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs will move out to a 14-7 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Johnson now to return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bucs offense ready for their second possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Pistol, it's Mayfield. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Second down throw for Mayfield. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. Here's a third down and 4. Slot man in motion left. From the gun, it's Mayfield. That is caught. He got Godwin. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the ground, it's Irvin. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. They'll go again here with Irvin. And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Mayfield to throw it here on first down. Now he'll run it. And he's able to take this for good yardage. before sliding and hitting the deck to end the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
They'll run it. It's Irving. With good blocking leading the way, he's got the first down inside the 25.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Receiver in motion, going right. Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. Looking middle here, and he's got McMillan.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
We are through 1. It's the Chiefs on top. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. Now Mayfield. It's complete to Evans. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch.
To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Tampa.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bucs will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. Here comes Worthy to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Throwing is Mahomes. That's caught. It's Jared Wiley, the tight end. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They've got it at the 8, first down and goal. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And he'll take it on in. Hollywood Brown. Touchdown, Chiefs. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
And Butker on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Chiefs have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. And they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll run with Irving. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
On the bootleg, it's Mayfield. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's Irving. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
Couple of 1st downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's 1st and 10. Baker to throw. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. A give. This is Irving. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Here's White. And he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a 1st down.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
He runs with it. And he'll get this forward for positive yardage as he covers up in the end.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They face 2nd down and 7. To throw is Mayfield. He'll find his running back, White. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
On 1st down is Mayfield. He'll get this out to his running back. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he'll bring this inside the 15, and that's good enough for the 1st down.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Buccaneers.
Right back to Irving. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On the handoff, it's Irving. And good red zone running here, taking it inside the 10-yard line. Pickup of 8. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now Mayfield. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point. And now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
They'll run with White. And he will dive into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The kick is good. That ties the game at 21 apiece.
So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense and Hollywood Brown ready for their next possession. This one tight throughout, all level at 21 as they'll search for a go-ahead score. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Pacheco.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs ready to get back to work. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. From the 25, they'll go to work, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
2 minutes to play here in what's been an even 1st half. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Now, screen set up for Irving. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a 1st down.
The relationship between the back and the offensive lineman is now the key for the run after catch. You want to make sure those linemen don't get too far down the field where they can't help protect the back. So once the running back catches it, there's a go-go call. Now everyone knows it's time to go downfield. The running back falls in behind them, and that's the landmark of the screenplay.
On 1st and 10, here's Baker.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Mayfield. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Over the middle, that's Godwin. Now the Bucs will take their first time out. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in their second quarter.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Throwing is Baker. He'll try to hit him with a screen. Give him a dozen yards on that one and give them first and goal.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. And at the very least, got to come away with some points. You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
Ball at the 3, second down and goal. Mayfield. Good blocking, and he's in. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown, Buccaneers. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
McLaughlin now for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Buccaneers go up by 7, 28-21. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Looking middle, he's got Kelsey. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
To the air once more, it's Mahomes. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up third down.
Well, that's 2 straight plays now where this secondary has won their matchup, and right now the offense needs to find some plays that just call for easy completions. Get your wide receivers in space. Allow them to run after the catch, because right now these downfield passes, the defense is all over.
They get 16 on that connection. First down, KC.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This a 57-yard attempt. Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs will cut the lead down to 4.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final second now of this first half as this one is away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. To throw is Mayfield. Going for it all. That is brought in. And he will take this one in. 70 yards. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. And the kick is good. So what a finish to this first half as they extend the lead.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense and Baker Mayfield ready for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. That one, oh, it's on target, but it goes as an incompletion. Looked like he had that one in his grasp, but unable to hold on, and it will be 2nd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the 2nd half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. A gain of 11 on that one. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Baker gonna hand it to White. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Here comes Otten in motion. On 2nd down, a run with Irvin. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the 1st down. Nice gain of 5.
A 5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Tampa Bay.
Here comes Otten in motion. He'll get this down to the 44, but that's about it. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
1st down and more inside the 25.
Offside, defense.
Baker to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's 2nd and 6. To throw is Mayfield. A short one there to Otten. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Throwing is Mayfield. He pulls it in around the 5. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
At the 4-yard line.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line.
It makes sense on 2nd and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have 3rd down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on 3rd and goal.
Here's Mayfield working from the pistol. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
McLaughlin now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Bucs will extend this 3rd quarter lead.
42, Chiefs 24.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. Here comes Worthy to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Chiefs offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
So far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Now, someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. Mahomes. Throw left side is taken in by the tight end, Kelsey. Second down and 8.